to the next stage.
Game on.
That was his European Tour debut. He reached the quarter-finals. It was also one of 3 meetings between this pair all this year.
54.
Of course, Cross's maiden year as a professional darts player. And he's won a couple of them, although the one that Simon Whitlock did win was a semi-final, which
85.
was a penultimate match before he went on to win one of the couple of titles he's won this year.
Well, 1 of 5 in the last 6 months for the Wizard.
43.
And he had reached a last 4 at the previous European Tour event to that. He had a torrid weekend in Wigan, didn't he?
He certainly did.
135.
Didn't win a match a week ago. We'll be looking to get back on the win bus and exact a bit of revenge against Rob Cross.
140.
Sounds easy when you say it like that.
Well, easier said than done. Rob Cross looked to be romping to a 6-0 win against Luke Woodhouse in his opening round match yesterday, but just seemed to stumble and falter a little bit. In the end, Woodhouse picked up 3 legs.
Whitlock, as you can see, the number 4 seed for this tournament. That's by virtue of his Pro Tour form over the last 12 months.
100.
He's returned to his former form of being a winning machine. Not many players have won more titles in the PDC than Simon Whitlock.
57.
But not many players won titles as fast as Rob Cross did.
Now then, Wizard. Lovely stuff. Doesn't matter what double he leaves, he loves all of them. An 84, bull double 17.
Game on.
There is method in that apparent madness, of course. Because hitting 25 would leave 59, and then he gets a dart at double top rather than at the bullseye at the end of the combination. But almost every time I've seen Whitlock go for that, he's hit the double 17. It's a good start, a break of throw.
Yeah, Rob Cross broken in the opening leg here, and it could be a bit of revenge for the Wizard. Looking to join Jelle Klaassen, the other seeded player to make it through so far this afternoon. Alan Norris and Cristo Reyes both falling by the wayside in their opening games. No ranking money for them this weekend. They get the prize money. Doesn't go on their ranking. The changes to the rules and structure of these tournaments for 2017.
60.
Yeah, and the winner will go on to take on Michael Smith or Steve West. Cross beat Smith in the last European Tour event, and Whitlock saw him off in the one before that.
Well, there are three games for me that really stood out in terms of the unseeded players coming through who would provide very, very stern opposition for the seeded players. Rob Cross against Whitlock was one of them, I thought. Adrian Lewis was the obvious one against Ian White. And Steve West against Michael Smith would be the other one, because Steve West has been playing superbly. And of course, with Steve West and Michael Smith duking out for the right to face one of these two, who knows who's going to come through that little quarter of the draw.
Well, Whitlock's left himself double 17 again after landing it
137
in the first leg.
34.
Loves double 17.
Does he?
No score.
What he doesn't like,
Robbie McQuarrie 150.
single one. Well, the dart that he threw didn't like it, refused to enter in that segment of the board, and Cross now has a stab at 115. And he's going to get a dart at double.
And he pins double top. Rob Cross with what is becoming a trademark for these combination checkouts. He'll throw his first 1 or 2 darts to leave a dart at a double, and then he'll stare at it as if something's wrong, as if he can't really believe that he's left that double that he was aiming to leave in the first place.
You have to say that was a mess of Simon Whitlock's making. Left double 17, went inside it, then missed the big number.
Don't miss the big number. Wise man once told me that.
100.
I also once heard Rod Harrington say it as well. Hi, Rod.
57.
When Simon Whitlock did lose to Rob Cross in Saarbrücken, Whitlock averaged just under 100. He wasn't playing bad stuff. But Cross averaged over 101 and saw him off 6-3.
But it's no surprise that Rob Cross is doing that. You've talked about how quickly he has settled as a PDC pro. Stephen Bunting, I think you yourself had said you'd made the best impact since Stephen Bunting as a new PDC tour card holder. And of course, that was with the caveat that Stephen Bunting came across as the world champion from the BDO. Rob Cross came across as the bloke off the Challenge Tour who turned up out of a pub qualifier at the UK Open last year.
60.
But he has actually had more wins against the top players, made more money in a shorter period of time, looks very well set to be in the top 64, and go on and make the match play. And to have done all that
86.
is quite an astonishing rise.
He was seeded last weekend at the Players' Championship event.
100.
Less than 3 months as a professional, and found himself in the top 32 on that particular day, well, on that weekend. And he scored 32
Rob Cross for Blake Simon to throw first.
to turn around this match.
140.
Rob Cross started playing when he was 11 years old. Figured out, he realised he was good when he was about 18. But even so,
81.
Nobody in the PDC, or indeed any sort of darts, organised darts, had heard of him or seen him do a great deal until he turned up at the UK Open a couple of years ago. Well, last year.
Yeah, since then he's enjoyed the benefits of his performances, not just in results, but he got
58.
Management, just signed with a new dart sponsor as well.
Yeah, the guys who make Phil Taylor's darts. Phil Taylor's his idol. Phil Taylor's his biggest inspiration, and
93.
he said his proudest moment was winning that PDC title, Rob Cross, but you know, his ultimate aim, he would love to be world champion. And look, hey, no harm in aiming high.
58.
And if you're performing as well as a former world champion did in his first year in the PDC, Stephen Bunting, then, well,
58. So when you
well, it's not the most unrealistic aim in the world, is it?
Well, let's see how realistic the chance of this 167 checkout is. So Simon Whitlock left himself a ton. It's a target that he will get a shot at.
57. So when you recall 100.
So Tom plays 110. Whitlock's going to need all 3 darts. Oh, well. And if you only get to throw 2, and one of them's not in the treble, that's your chance of scuppered,
40.
Wizard.
Well, that was a very strange bounce, that, wasn't it? It's boying out of the treble 20, and now can Rob Cross rub salt into Simon's wound?
For another break and a third straight leg, and it's 110 checkout. Twice Rob Cross has taken out in excess of 100 to break the Whitlock throw. 115 in leg 2, 110 there, and is the Wizard getting that sinking feeling once again on the European Tour against this man, Rob Cross. Still not got a nickname. Crossfire is the one that he quite likes.
37.
There have been a number of suggestions. The crossbow,
57.
crossage roll.
I'm not going to respond to that.
It doesn't deserve a response. That wasn't my suggestion, by the way.
99.
Paul Nicholson is a staunch advocate of his changing his walk on tune, but Simon Whitlock Time to change his tune. The first match for the Wizard.
We needed it just to get back level pegging with Rob Cross in this one.
Yeah, Whitlock's Nicholson's trying to say that Rob Cross should walk on to Chris Cross, but I'm trying to explain to Paul that he's not called Chris.
Good tune, though. I bet you must have spun that a few times in your years as a DJ around the pubs and clubs of the North.
Well, there are posters around the Glass Palace that suggest I did a set here in 2010.
I'm not sure you quite performed at venues like this.
There's 12 angry Yorkshiremen down now, baying for your blood. But Rob Cross is baying for the blood of Simon Whitlock as he eyes up 72 for a 4-1 lead. Double six. And again, he doesn't miss.
That was a leg in which the former European champion threw a 180, and in the end, Rob Cross has won it, not at a canter, but won it pretty convincingly. And he is in to the treble bed with his first two darts of this leg, and that is a 180. And he's not really got going in the scoring stakes as much as he can do, Rob Cross, but he has still got too much for the number 4 seed and one of the 4 men in world darts.
It's a similar performance to that of Steve West, the other unseeded danger that you mentioned earlier on. He's 4 out of 5 on the doubles, but the one he missed he took out in the combination anyway. So every time he's got to the board with a reasonable chance, he's taking it out. Every time he's giving himself a shot at double, he's hit it.
Yeah, very, very impressive from Rob Cross. Once again, get used to saying that because it's happening a lot.
It all started. Simon Whitlock was poised to go 2-0 up and missed the big one. Didn't get a second dart at double from 34.
This would be brutal. Treble 18 tops might have been the route there. As it is,
94.
He knocks 94 points off, leaves tops, and Whitlock now has to take out the ton plus finish. It has to go, Wizard. And it does go to stay alive and stop the rot. Puts an end to 4 straight legs for Rob Cross there, but it is only a hold of throw.
Well, that's been the difference with Simon Whitlock over the last 6 months. That's the kind of shot, even having got the dart double, that he was missing a year ago. He doesn't feel like he's beaten. When things are going wrong, he starts to put them right. And now he's punished Cross for a slow start to this leg and kicked off
140
with a second match.
And he is a man who can go on runs, have these purple patches where he starts hitting everything, Simon Whitlock. He's going to need something like that here, you feel, to turn this game around. Maybe Rob Cross is just going to quite generously hand him an opportunity, go off the boil a bit himself and just offer up the chance on a plate for Simon Whitlock to drag this back. Because if he can find the break of throw here to 4-3, be throwing in the next leg to try and level it up at 4 apiece, and it is anybody's once again.
Well, he's not really pushed on after the opening 180. Cross is going to be first to a finish.
100.
The big one though. Now, can Whitlock find a couple in the treble?
He can.
128. Robbie, 156.
He can. And the Wizard on a 2-darter. Rob Cross will not take out the 156. But he is going to leave himself on double 8. And with the way that he is finishing, you expect it will go. The Wizard needs to take this out. He gets 1 dart at tops.
38.
And it doesn't go.
Robbie requires 16.
And once again, Simon Whitlock throws a 180 against the throw, and Rob Cross may be about to hold anyway.
He's been very, very strong in this department throughout this match. Moves across The double four. He might not like it. He might not like it in a moment. He loves it. And Rob Cross now on the verge of dumping Simon Whitlock out of a European Tour event for the second one in a row.
96.
Nothing else for it for Simon Whitlock. The number 4 seed has to win 4 straight legs. That is what Rob Cross managed to do from
96.
1 apiece. Or from 1-0 down, rather. Claiming 4 in a row.
134.
This might be another max. It is another max. 180 number 2. Well, it has to be said, 2 180s for each of them. In the 3 previous legs where we've had them, the person who's thrown has lost the leg. So they've not been decisive 180s. But this could be decisive. It could be very decisive. Because he's gone back to back, Rob Cross, to leave 45 for the match, unless the Wizard pulls out a trademark 170. Bullseye for a moment of magic.
145.
And it was not far away.
45.
Similar to the last match. Similar averages, a couple of 180s apiece. But Rob Cross looking to win it convincingly. Double 8 to do just that, and it looks a bit awkward. I mean, he looks at every double like that anyway, but this one actually is awkward.
No score.
And that
Simon,
previous shot
25.
from Whitlock has allowed him a chance. Last time he found himself needing to tidy up. He missed the big target. Does not make that mistake this time, and makes no mistake on the double that Rob Cross couldn't find. This game has still got legs.
Game on.
It does still have legs, but Rob Cross has the throw in 2 of the remaining 3 legs. And the scoring has just kicked up a notch from the 26-year-old from Hastings.
Can Simon supersede him? 140 from Cross.
140.
By the Aussie. Well,
Superb doubling from Rob Cross in the early part of the game. Checkouts of 115 and 110 helped establish a commanding lead. Some very good scoring in the back end of the game has bought him opportunities to close the match out, but the doubling has just deserted him a little.
Whitlock's got a chance here because Rob Cross is only going to be on
91.
Same shot that Simon Whitlock just missed, the biggest one of them all. So if Simon can find, well, at least one treble, he's got a better finish than his opponent. That's all he's managed. So Simon Whitlock found 2 trebles. Rob Cross has got 1 already, and he's on the 170, and this is for the match.
133. Simon, you require 120.
That's the first time I've not seen him stop before.
Now the Wizard to stay alive. What a moment. Bullseye. Oh,
96.
he has missed 3 match darts already. 1 at the bull, 1 at double 16, 1 at double 8. 16 is all he needs. Rob Cross once again proves too deadly for the Wizard Simon Whitlock.